Welcome to this Football Manager 2020 video, which is heavily linked with my Red Bull Salzburg series that I completed on the beta. Just 11 episodes, so if you haven't watched that, maybe you go and check that out first before watching this video. It was very, very successful, so that's why I ended it after Season 1. Now, I've resigned as manager, and as you can probably gather from the title and this video thumbnail, Jose Mourinho has taken charge of Red Bull Salzburg. Before I get on with the rest of this video, I just quickly want to let you know about this amazing deal for Football Manager 2020 if you live in Europe. Only £25.39. The link is in the description below. Click on that. I don't know how long this price is going to remain because it's on the daily deal section of the website. So it might only be today. It might be gone by tomorrow. So be quick. And of course the full game is out tomorrow. At the time of uploading this, the full game will be released tomorrow, but it does include the beta, so you can play today as well. A few of you said I should holiday a season to see what happens at Salzburg after I leave the club. So, yes, I have resigned. I've holidayed a season, but I've just gone back to the last save file before I resigned as manager, just to show you where I left the club. So, we actually increased our reputation to 4.5 stars, worldwide reputation. We're rich, and of course, that is because we managed to win the Champions League. It really was quite miraculous. Of course, we won the league as well. We won the Austrian Cup. But the Champions League was obviously the biggest achievement of all, with Erling Haaland scoring 17 goals in the competition. 43 goals in all competitions. Now, I've resigned. Mourinho has taken control. I've holidayed a season until the end of the 2020-21 season. You're probably wondering how many players can he actually hang on to. Maybe with Mourinho in charge, some players are more likely to stick around. So let's go forward 1 year and see what's happened. So here we are. Still 4.5 star reputation. There is Mourinho in charge of Red Bull Salzburg. These are his attributes. He would never go to a club like Red Bull Salzburg in real life right now. But the fact that they won the Champions League obviously enticed him. He's a bit of a glory hunter. He chases the big teams and just wants to take control of rich big clubs, I think. That's what he's done throughout his career since leaving Porto. So, how did they get on? Unsurprisingly, he managed to win the league with Salzburg, only losing one game. So he lost one more game than me. I was actually better than him. After 22 games, he had lost that one game already. Then, of course, the league splits, and he continued that run and won the league by 20 points, which is one less than I managed to win it by, and a few less points overall, as you can see there. But, no surprise that Salzburg dominated the league. So as you can see, Haaland is still at the club, but he didn't finish in the top goal scorer ranks. Now, does that mean Mourinho has gone a bit more defensive? Have a look at the goals that they scored. They scored 69 goals and conceded 18. Last season, we scored 84 and conceded 15. So slightly better defence than Mourinho, but much better attack. 15 more goals scored in the league. So that might indicate that he's done a Mourinho and gone slightly more defensive. But you're probably wondering how they got on in the Champions League as well. So let's have a look at... No, in fact, let's look at the transfers first. I think that makes sense. So what happened at the start of his reign? So, players going out of the club. He sold Dominic, our Hungarian central midfielder. Now, Man City were interested in him, but he ended up going to Aston Villa for a bargain price, $15.5 million, because he is worth $31 million right now on 60k a week, 20 years old. He's an exceptionally talented central midfielder. So, yeah, I don't know why they sold him for so little. Romalo, the Brazilian, has gone to China for $11.25 million. He was important as our halfback in the series. Darker, that's good. I would have sold him for that amount because he didn't score many goals for us, of course, in my season in charge. 4 goals. He didn't play a huge amount of football, to be fair, but I think that's a decent amount of money for a player that wasn't really playing. Prevlak as well. Now, he did score goals. So, $10.5 million, less than Darker, but probably less potential because he is older. But that's not a bad fee. Mwepu left as well. He didn't really feature for us, and a few youngsters left the club, a few players left on loan, etc. Now, coming into the team, Mourinho didn't spend much money at all, considering we had a huge amount of money. Like, so much money. Financially, the club were in a brilliant situation, but he's not signed anyone. Now, maybe it was he couldn't attract players. This is very unlike Mourinho. He must have had a big budget, surely. So Salzburg came in, but this is what I almost said Austria Vienna. Sorry, this is what Salzburg do. They sign young players with potential. That's a regen, by the way. Regen faces have definitely been improved on FM20, which is great to see. Valakari, Finnish youngster, 14 caps at the age of 21. So he's continued to the Salzburg philosophy, and that's because they have a club vision that you have to stick to. So he's had to stick to it, which he can't be happy about. Only signing those players. So this is the squad that he had at his disposal. It's got all the youngsters in here as well. If we look at the most appearances, Pongracic. Now Pongracic featured more for him. He was my third choice centre back behind Ongweni and Valci, but it must have been a slight. Yeah, Valci was actually didn't play many games for Mourinho, but top goal scorer was Haaland, but only 15 goals. He played less games, to be fair, but. In recent years, people have said Mourinho has kind of destroyed young players. Yes, he's brought some through, but at the same time, he has been detrimental to some younger players and held them back a bit. So it does seem like he's done that. Considering he scored 43 goals last year and played lots of games, this year he played less football. Don't know if there was injuries at play here, but only 15 goals. Injuries, let's have a look. There's not really that many injuries, as you can see. There's a 3-week injury, but it's not going to. He's not going to miss a huge amount of football with that, is he? So yeah, it's interesting to see his impact. So what's the tactics? Can we see the tactics? I suppose we can look at a game and see what he was playing. So Champions League wise, how did he get on? So he was in Group A. And he did actually qualify, so he finished above Torino and Bayer Leverkusen, but behind Real Madrid. So similar to what I managed, I finished second and scraped through to the knockout rounds. Then in the first knockout round, unfortunately, he did lose. Mourinho lost against his old club, Man United. Now, we know Man United are very, very powerful in Football Manager. They're generally a bit overpowered, so it's no bad thing losing against Man United. On Football Manager. So, but Mourinho's lost against his old club, and the tactic, he's changed the tactic, definitely. If we look at the formations, I don't know, he may not have played this in every game, but he went for. This is what I tried at the start of the save, to be fair. Then I quickly switched to the 3 up front, so I had these 2 players up there, but the rest of the team was the same. But I don't know what tactics he's playing. Oh, it says 4-4-2. That is not 4-2. This must be broken. These both aren't 4-4-2. So that's a bit strange. So yeah, he crashed out in the first knockout, but that's not too bad. Of course, they got to take part in the Club World Championship, but he also lost that one. He lost the final against the Mexican team. So did he do the same? Went with the same thing. It's working this time. 4-1-4-1 DM wide. Hee-chan, Minamino. So he did actually play. He played Hee-chan out wide on the left, and Minamino in his more natural position on the right-hand side. But of course, I converted him to being a pressing forward. Janazovic moved over to the right-hand side of the central midfield. Ashamiri featured. Bernid went into defensive midfield this year by the looks of it. Still played Christensen, but on the left, Mensah. Wait, what happened to Voba? Voba's still there, I presume. Yeah, Voba's here. I had another good season, but overall, I think I obviously did better. I managed to win the Champions League. I feel like they shouldn't have. They went for the big name in Mourinho. I feel like they should have gone for a more creative, attacking, young manager that suits the players that they have. Obviously, they've won the league. Did they win the cup though? Let's have a quick look. No, they lost in the quarter-final of the cup. So I think it's disappointing. He's expected to win the league with the talent he has at his disposal. So, yeah, I think that's a little bit disappointing that they've gone for Mourinho in the first place, but they have gone for the big name, and it's really interesting to see the fact that he actually signed for them and took charge, because obviously, as I said earlier, in real life he would not have joined Salzburg. Do you want me to continue this? Do you want me to holiday further into the future? Leave a like if you do. Just thought this would be a nice little added bonus video. I know some people wanted me to holiday into the future to see how the club got on without me. They're in a good position, but I do feel like they've made a little bit of a mistake not signing some young, exciting manager. that can get the best out of this attacking team. And will Haaland stay around now? Is he wanted by anyone? He's unhappy, wants to move to a bigger club, so he's not exactly happy with Mourinho. And I think he needs to get out of the club before Mourinho is detrimental to him. He's got 13 goals in 15 caps for Norway, by the way. So he really has improved. Same with players like Vobra as well. I feel like, he's only 23. I feel like he should move to a bigger club. Ongweni's wanted. He's wanted by Liverpool and Man City. He's a quality centre-back. He really is. Only 23 as well. Farkas wanted by Antwerp. So there's a few players wanted. Benid wanted by Werder Bremen. Interesting. Thank you for watching. Until next time, enjoy FM20. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.